Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I am going to run you through what they call the easiest way to double your sales in as little as 12 months. It is something that is called the Dream 100 campaign. You could be familiar with the term. If you are not, no worries. In this video I'll go through the entire campaign itself, what it is, what to expect, how to approach it, and what the end results are, and why it's so good, essentially. So what the Dream 100 campaign is something that it's instead of what a lot of businesses and companies are doing at the moment. Technology has made it so easy for us to scale and to automate a lot of stuff. And what we find is that the unscalable stuff is the stuff that works the best at the moment. It is what works wonderful and what gets you the best results, and it is what separates you from 99% of the market, because a lot of people are not willing to do the unscalable stuff in order to get results because it's hard to do. And yeah, just writing 2 emails and automating it is of course a lot easier. So the Dream 100 campaign, is the name itself might give away some small stuff, but the core principles of a campaign like this is to have a long-term approach. So don't expect great results from, I don't know, tomorrow on if you launch it. You need to have the long-term result and the long-term angle in mind. The goal is to build relationships and to deliver as much value as possible. So instead of spamming people with, this is who we are, this is what we sell, want to hop on a meeting, we are going to take an entirely different approach, and we are going to, over a longer time frame, start building relationships and actually deliver a lot of value instead of just, like I just mentioned, spamming people. So what the campaign itself contains and how you should approach it. You first need, as with everything in life, need to come up with a plan. You can go multiple ways with a campaign like this. You could do it like a little automated and a little scalable, or you can go ahead and do everything manually. You have the option to just use, for example, cold email. You can use email as a platform. You can use LinkedIn as a platform. But what you can also do is combine those two with physical stuff. And that, of course, is something that is not done at all. 9 out of 10 times, not at least. I don't know if you have ever received like physical letters, physical gifts that relate back to an offer or whatever it might be, to actually do business with someone. And that is exactly what we want to do within a campaign like this. I'm not saying that you always need to do physical stuff and that you always need to send gifts and whatever, but that is like the approach that you kind of want to take. You want to go the personalized, the value driven way instead of just blasting emails. So it's important to decide, like, how deep do you want to go? Do you want to invest the time and money into like writing physical letters or sending physical letters, combining them with relevant gifts? And of course you don't need to like bribe people with gifts, but it can be like fun, small stuff that relate back to, for example, the physical letter that you've sent. Something that we've done before is sending over a brick. That sounds funny, but it was like a campaign where you send a physical letter and combine it with a brick, telling someone like, let's build something together that relates back to the content within the physical letter itself. So you need to decide, like, am I willing to go and to invest a lot of time into doing a physical campaign, or do we just stay on cold email and LinkedIn, but then take an entire different approach? So that's something that you need to decide. And then what is your goal? Do we want new clients? Do we want partners? Do we want, do we want to develop more strategic partners? You need to set your end goal, because the strategy will be different if you need new clients, or if you want new clients. You will have a different strategy than if you want to broaden up your partner network, or if you want to, have someone test or have people test a new product or whatever. You need to have the end goal in mind, and you need to set the end goal essentially, because you need to adapt your strategy to the goal that you have. That's all part of the plan. Then you go into the ideal profile. You want to exactly know on a really deep level who are the people that I'm going to reach out to. So it's not just, okay, we're scraping thousands of people from LinkedIn Sales Navigator or another database. You want to go really and get really granular on, okay, who am I going to target? What are their habits? Like, what do they do on a daily basis? What are their struggles? What are their problems? Why haven't they solved certain problems themselves? And like, what are trends within the market? You need to get this knowledge, and of course you always need to collect this knowledge in order to do any sort of outreach or to get any new clients. But for this campaign, you need to go really, really deep. Then you need to create your own list. So that is why it's called a Dream 100 campaign. You are going to handpick 100 of your ideal and like really ideal clients. These companies and people should be people that are like it should be a match made in heaven. So not like, okay, we target, e-commerce companies, for example. That's not a niche and that's not an ideal fit. You want people that have like a similar business model, people that have the same values as you do, people that price charge prices that are in like the sweet spot for what you can deliver to them. It needs to be an actual match made in heaven. You want to map out like the entirety of these people, so the job roles, the companies that you want to target, and within those companies map out the job roles. So it could be that you can reach out to the CEO, the COO, CTO, sales manager, whatever, like the job roles that you can help or that you the job roles that benefit from your offer. Essentially map those out so that you get a clear picture of who can we target within the company. Then you go ahead and collect their contact info. So that's done via whatever platform you can use. You have a Sales Navigator, Apollo, Crunchbase. You have a lot of different databases that you can collect contact info from. Then go ahead and take that contact info and start validating that. It's important to not just send immediately, because you need to know that the email addresses and the phone numbers that you have collected are actually in use and that you won't land in spam, etc. Then you go ahead, and this is really time taking, but one by one. So every one of the 100, you are going to research them manually. So look for like stuff that they have shared on LinkedIn. Look for any events that they have attended. Look for, are they hiring for certain positions? What is stuff that they have shared on their personal socials, for example. And don't spam them, don't stalk them. But you can look for certain like work-related personal achievements that they are really proud of and that they have shared. You make notes of all of the stuff that you find. Do it within Excel or within your CRM, and then you have like the foundation of the campaign is there, because you have really deep stuff on the people that you want to target. From there on, you are going to need assets. You will need, like I mentioned earlier, you'll need some physical letters or relevant gifts or whatever option you are going for. And here it is, the brick campaign again. But you will need some sort of assets. You will need to go ahead and create voice note scripts. You will need to go ahead and record videos. You will need to go ahead and write emails. There's a lot of stuff and assets that you need to create in order to successfully launch this campaign. So map out what you want to use, what you want to leverage, and how you are going to leverage that. And then what I always do and advise is that you map it out in a tool like Miro, for example. So from A to Z, map out the entirety of the structure, like when are we going to reach out on web platform, how much time will we leave between email 1 and voice note 2 and then video 3, for example. It kind of helps you in like structuring it and also following it, instead of if you just do it out of the top of your head, it won't be as structured as it should be. So map out the assets and actually create them, and then from there on go ahead and train your staff, because the people that you are going to reach out to with this campaign, like I mentioned earlier, if you go have a thing for yourself, like when is the last time that people have sent you stuff like this, send you like personal voice notes, send you personalized videos where they actually, and not just on your website, but go deep on, okay, I noticed this, you're probably dealing with this sort of problem, I have made this document where I outline how you can solve that sort of problem. So if people are hiring sales reps, for example, let's say they have 3 outstanding vacancies for a sales rep, or for, let's stay just at a sales rep. You can go ahead and create a document where you outline like, okay, how can you, automate certain stuff, or how can you leverage AI or technology so that you don't have to hire as much staff and that you get the same results but with less cost, for example. That's the level of relevancy that you need to go for. So that's why you need to train your staff, because the people that will be dealing with these leads will need to know that they need to have that personalized approach, and that they need to call more often, and that they need to have like they need to be aware of what kind of campaign you are running at the moment, instead of just, okay, we have another lead coming in, for example. So at this point, and I know this is really high level, but you need to map out your own like preferred structure and your own campaign essentially. At this point, you're done. I know, like I mentioned, it's kind of high level, but at this point, you're ready to launch the campaign. So what is important is that you need to work on this on a daily basis. So insert all of the leads into your CRM and create tasks, for example, like for the structure that you've mapped out in a tool like Miro. Create like tasks and activities within your CRM, like, okay, today I need to do this follow-up, I need to send this video. On day 20 of the month, I need to send the physical gift, and on day 50, I need to do this, because then you can just go into your CRM, follow the structure that's in there, and you don't have to, I don't know, think of, okay, where am I with X prospect in the entirety of the campaign. The main outcomes and the biggest benefits is that you will get higher paid clients. Definitely, that's like the better relationships. People will trust you more and thus pay more money to you, because they have, like, over, for example, a time frame of 3 months. You have provided so much value to them, and you've built such good relationships because they've seen your face, I don't know, multiple times. They've heard your voice for maybe like 60-70 minutes because of all the videos and stuff that you've sent, and they just have a feeling that they know you, and you've never actually spoken to them. So they know that you actually deliver value and that you are good at what you do, that you're an authority, and overall the experience with the leads that you are reaching out to right now is way better than just inserting 10k leads into an email sending platform and just blasting them emails. So that's a high level overview of the campaign itself, and like I mentioned, you need to go way more in depth than this, but you need to map out your own structure and your own preferred way of working essentially. If you want advice on any of this and want to get some deeper market knowledge on, okay, what kind of campaigns can I run, feel free to reach out. Happy to help where I can. If you're like, okay, this is way too much work, I want someone to do this for me, handle this for me, also happy to jump on a call and see if there's a potential fit and if we could help you out. Either way, I hope you got some value from this video, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you.